Today, I'm going to be ranking every seasonal anime I watched in 2025, which means shows that were airing or aired sometime during 2025. But this also has some outliers. Example, ReZero Season 3. That started back in 2024, but because it was put on hold for a while, it finished in 2025, meaning I was unable to rank it as complete in 2024, so I'll be ranking it now. Alright, let's start this with Wonderful Precure. I'm quite a fan of the Precure series, and this one was my first Precure ever, and it was really good. I didn't know at the time of watching, but infighting within the Magical Girl group was not common, which is what I actually really liked within this series. Having Yuki in the group not wanting Mayu to become a Precure and not wanting her to interact with the rest of the group was such an interesting dynamic, which once again I didn't know wasn't normal. But after learning that it wasn't normal, I loved it even more. So yeah, Wonderful Precure, I think, it was really good. But I don't want to start with an S, so I think I will just go for a simple high A. We'll keep it to the top of A, and we might move it to S later on. Next, we have my first dropped anime of this season, Momentary Lily. This was pretty bad. Sorry to all the, one Momentary Lily fans, but it was just such an overwhelming episode 1. There was so much in your face. I just had no idea what was happening. It was just overwhelming, so I did not complete it. I think I watched one episode, and I'm like, nah, this is too much for me. It's unfair for me to rank something I never completed, so I will create a dropped tier, where I will put the anime I dropped. So Momentary Lily will go here. My next seasonal that I completed was Headhunted to Another World, from Salaryman to Big 4. Average isekai, Salaryman gets sent to another world and becomes a leader of the Demon King's army. And it was enjoyable. I liked Ulmanda, I think that's her name. The main girl, the lizard woman, she was really cool. And it had a really nice ending song, but the plot itself was very bland. Something of interest. It had a lot of really old songs as inserts that played. His power is to teleport to a bar that's like in its own dimension, which lets him relax and figure out his game plan for whatever business thing he's doing. Inserts would play on the radio. Like Stay With Me, that one song. Stay with me. That one. I kept this on my list because of Ulmanda, the ending, and the inserts. So, realistically, this was pretty mid. Oof. I think high D. High D tier. Alright, next. Another dropped anime. I'm living with an otaku NEET Kunoichi. As the title implies, an otaku NEET Kunoichi goes and lives with this guy. Kunoichi's like ninja. And yeah, it's slop, ecchi romance, nothing interesting. It was just a show I couldn't keep up with. I had no motivation to watch it, and when I got too behind, I just gave up on it. Next is another dropped show. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. This was nothing. Nothing anime. Actual nothing. I know everyone liked the main character, but... And I think the ending, sung by Nano Akari, got really popular on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that. But realistically, this show was boring. I have nothing to say about it. Next, Bahi Neko, the elf girl's cat, is secretly an S-ranked monster. This show is if you take My Life as Iniko-san's dog and then put it into an isekai. And that's it. What can I say? It's just hentai, basically. It was nothing. I'm going to put it just under Headhunted to Another World. I think they're pretty much equal. The only reason Bahi Neko was watchable was because it was hentai. I think if it had no ecchi in it, I would not have been able to sit through it. Next! Sakamoto Days. I feel so bad for this one. I have a friend who hyped this up to me so much, and I watched season 1 and it was the most shonen generic slop I've ever watched. I'm sorry to all the Sakamoto fans. I know it's really popular, but this was just nothing to me. Look, I get it's funny that the guy's fat and he fights people, but that's it. It was boring. It was really boring. But not as boring as these two. I think I'll put it in C because it wasn't like incredibly terrible. It was just mid. It was the definition of mid. It's either going to be high C or low B. We'll see if I need to change it, but for now I'll leave it in C. Next, Zenshu. This was peak, bro. Actual Mappa employee gets reincarnated in another world in the anime she watched as a child, and her power is that she can draw shit, and it's fucking awesome. I don't know what else to say. This was just really great. The animation was great. I will say, though, it's a bit on the nose. Well, they advertised it as an overworked animator, and it was a bit on the nose at the time that Mappa was making an anime about an overworked animator. But it was really nothing like that. The plot points about self-discovery and figuring out why you love doing the thing you love all over again after being burnt out is really cool as well. The main character is awesome, and just everything about this is great. I highly recommend you watch it. I'll go A. Next, Flower and Asuda. This was nothing. It wasn't nothing. It was okay. I liked the main character, and there was some scenes that made me like PogChamp. It's about poetry club in school, but more than poetry, but like public reading of books. And a lot of the voice acting and emotion that goes through these scenes of them reading transcripts from books hits you hard. And the accompanying visuals that helps amplify the emotion that's being shown to you through this reading is just cool. But that's it, really. That's all it has going for it. When they're not doing their performances, it's just your average school club show. I'm gonna say C. I don't know. It was just, it's forgettable. It's forgettable, but okay. I'd say forgettable, but okay. ReZero, instant A. No, I do have some gripes with this. I think we didn't get to see his power a lot in this arc, which is okay, but I liked Liliana. She was cool. Her voice actor does a great job singing. It sounds beautiful. I love her singing voice. I liked Priscilla a lot. Her character really shone through this season. You know, showing her powers and making out with Liliana was awesome. Season 1, she was such a one-note, evil villainess character, whereas in this season, it showed that she's just awesome. And I can't compliment ReZero without mentioning the Garfield fight. The quality of animation, oh my gosh, that whole, 2 minutes of that scene is just peak, at the best animation I've ever seen in any anime that I can think of. It's ReZero, what can I say? It's fucking ReZero. I know I complain about generic shonen, but this is not generic shonen, this is unique shonen. ReZero is the peak of isekai, and you can't get a better isekai than ReZero. Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 1. This was good. Not incredible, but good. Really good. I did like how it had this parallel between the American scientists with Zeno and... what's his name? Chris? Or Jacques? No, what was it? Stanley. It was Stanley. I like this parallel between Stanley, Dr. Zeno, and the rest. Yeah, it was good. I'll have more to say about Dr. Stone when I rank Part 2. And the opening song is a banger. The opening song and visuals is awesome. So, Dr. Stone, Science Future Part 1, I think I'll put in B. Bang Dream Ave Mujica, instant S tier. This show was fantastic. Now, I had never watched Bang Dream until Bang Dream It's My Go. But this one blew me away. Showing this, normal band anime, take, for instance, Poppin' Party, right? Stuff like D4DJ, K-On! Your average band anime doesn't have as rich of emotions as this. This showed so much toxicity within the group and negative mindsets, and I don't know how to put it into words. You have Sakiko's relationship with her grandfather and her father. You have Iruka's, double life thing. And Mitsumi's relationship with herself and the stuff with her mother. I don't want to explain it too much because this is the one show I don't want to spoil. I think you need to go into this show completely blind. I mean, obviously watching It's My Go before it, but with no spoilers of Ave Mujica, so please go watch this show. But, it was so peak, and the visuals and the music, I love Ave Mujica music, bro. I could just glaze this show so much. S tier. Epic win. Next, from bureaucrat to villainess, Dad's been reincarnated. This show was really fun. Basically, I'm in love with the villainess, except it's a 50-year-old man, and that's great. What can go wrong with that? I liked all the references he makes. The comedy in here is fantastic. I highly recommend watching it. I was excited for this for so long, and it finally came out, and it was really good. I have no gripes about this. High B tier, better than Dr. Stone. Solo Leveling, Season 2, Arise from the Shadows. I did not enjoy Solo Leveling 1, but, and I hate to admit it, I can't say that about Season 2. Season 2 was great. the more in-depth lore and in-character of Ji-hoon. Ji-hoon. Who's Ji-hoon? Oh, Ji-hoon's the fella from Squid Game. What's his name? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Ji-hoon. The in-depth character of Ji-hoon from Squid Game was really, really good. Seeing him withdraw all emotion and then have people make comments like he seems like a monster. I think it was the demons or the elves. It was either the snow elf or the demons. They made a comment about him being a monster. Just, he became less and less human until you have the episode that all the 12-year-olds didn't like for some reason, where he cried, and you see this guy hide his emotions for so long, and all of a sudden he just breaks down like a dam. It's really impactful, and it was great, and obviously the action and animation was great. I like the shadow stuff that he can summon. The ants, I don't care about the ants. The ant part was boring. But yeah, no, this was great. I would say high A. Above Wonderful Precure. Top A. Next, Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Okay, it was good. Shangri-La Frontier Season 2 was really good. I don't have much to say about it. It's isekai trash. Well, isekai in quotations. It's, you know, in another world, but it is a video game. So I don't know if you would call it isekai, but I'm going to. It's generic isekai slop. Sonriku's goated, the characters are goated, the girl voiced by Yoko Hikasa. What's her name? Towa Amane, she's awesome. She's my favorite character. One complaint I have is I didn't like when they played different games. There's a few episodes where Sanraku plays some robot fighting game, and the last 2 episodes of the series, they go to a video game tournament and play like a fighting game. I do not care for that. Play Shangri-La Frontier. I'm watching Shangri-La Frontier to watch you play Shangri-La Frontier. Play Shangri-La Frontier. Besides that, it was good. Bottom A. Ooh. Maybe B. Yeah, bottom B, actually. Because these 3 are very close in B. Nothing in F yet. Okay, let's see if we can keep that going. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Season 2. This was great fun. It's just fun slop. Fun slop. There's a difference between bad slop and fun slop. You'll hear me use the word slop a lot, but I use it endearing when it comes to this. This is just really fun slop. When it's becoming more and more girls, I think it's just going to get a bit more overwhelming. This wasn't as good as Season 1 because there was more characters, but at the same time, it was better than Season 1 because there were more characters. So, I don't know how to explain that without sounding like an idiot, so take that as you will. Bottom B. Next, this is Bun. Yeah. BBBB Vampire. This is some vampire slop, bro. It's this gay vampire who likes his kid. Yeah, Nonce Vampire. He's into a kid, and he wants the kid to turn 18, and then he'll eat the kid. That's it. And it's gay, and he gets a boner a lot, and it was just yeah. Like it wasn't even like slop, like it wasn't even like good shit, like Bahe Neko. It was just bad. It was just bad, and I'm sorry to the, you know, people who, if there ever was people who enjoyed this. Anyway, bad. F. Next. Isekai slop. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Isekai slop, but fun. It was really goofy and meta and very obviously parody. I'm going to put it between Bahe Neko and Big 4. I don't have much else to say about it. I like the witch character. She was cool. But besides that, I didn't like the guy with the sword. Not the Red Ranger, but the guy with the sword was boring. The stuff with the Power Ranger stuff was really fun. His whole power system being based on his bond with his friends was really cool. I like that. And I like the stuff you see in Power Rangers, the Megazords, the, you know, combined weapon thing, the transformation, that sort of stuff. Seeing other characters' reactions to that was really funny. But besides that, it was okay. D. Next, Konosuba OVA. Was it good? Yeah, it's Konosuba. I mean, which episodes were these? Oh, the clone episode! This episode was great! Basically, another group of adventurers that is just a clone of Kazuma's party approached them and were like, hey, you're making a bad name for us. That was just fun. But it's an OVA, so it's 2 episodes. Saying it's better than okay, it was better than Sakamoto Days. Sorry, Sakamoto Days fans. The 2 episodes of Konosuba was better than your whole 12 episodes. Next, Catch Me in the Ballpark. Catch Me Outside, how about that? Catch Me at the Ballpark. It was good. I liked it. Just a nice slice of life within a ballpark. It's not about sports, but it's about the people that attend the ballpark when it comes to viewers or workers or the players themselves. It was just nice slice of life. And it had nice romance between a Gyaru and a freaking loser. I love Gyarus. I always love Gyarus. Better than Sakamoto, but not B tier. Next, The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom. I can't tell you anything about this. I genuinely do not remember anything. Girl, as the title says, she is a saint, she has magic, and she gets tossed aside by her fiance and sold to another kingdom. Oh, I remember there was stuff with her sister. I like the development of her sister finding out that their kingdom is corrupt. That was kind of cool. But besides that, it was nothing. I'm going to say bottom D tier. Next, peak, bro. Please put them on Takamine-san. It's ReZero if it was good. No. I'm gonna put it under Sakamoto Day. No, I'm putting it over Sakamoto. Sorry, I'm giggling. Sakamoto, no. Please put them on Takamine-san. It's about a girl who can take her panties off and time travel. And it's fucking awesome. No, it's such a bizarre concept, but it works. I watched it and it wasn't bad. We'll leave it at that. Above Sakamoto. Aharon-san Season 2. This was better than Season 1, I'd say. The comedy was much better than Season 1, and my favorite episode's the one where Aharon and the guy, I don't remember his name, kept changing art styles. They became, like, really fancy, and just their art styles kept changing, and that was really funny. But it was better than Ballpark, but it wasn't B. I say high C. Next, Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. It was mid-hentai. Again, this is obviously going to go next to Bahi Neko. It was only watchable because it was hentai. It will go above Bahi Neko because this is a sexy black woman instead of white woman fucking a dog. Next, G-Quarks. Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quarks. Now, this was my first ever interaction with the Gundam franchise, and it was great. Sadly, though, there was some stuff I didn't, understand, as this was like a what-if story. I think it's what if the main guy died or something. I don't know. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I love the music made by Suisei from Hololive. Yeah, the characters were great. I wish it was Yuri instead of them fawning over this, like, really mid guy. But it was just great. No, it was a good introduction to the Gundam franchise. I have no issues with it. Above Dr. Stone. Makina-san. Yes. This shit. Kakushite Makina-san. Or Makina-san's a love robot. I didn't realize how many hentais I watched, but this was also just slop. There's nothing interesting about it. It could have been watchable. The main characters are Gyaru, so like, that's an upside. But it could have been watchable if it wasn't for the main character. The main character is so nothing, and he's so cringe, and he just pisses you off to a point where it makes the show unwatchable, so I dropped it. Drop tier, whatever. Next. Ninja and an Assassin Under One Roof, peak fiction. Classic Shaft anime. The animation was great, the characters were great, the humor was great. Everything about this show was really, really good. I highly recommend you watch it. I can't put it into words how great this was. There's one episode that I just didn't enjoy. Satoko gets big breasts in one episode, and it's not fun. But besides that, the relationship between Konoha and Satoko was really good. Seeing Konoha open her heart up more as an assassin and then it affect her work, her not being able to kill someone that she's paid to kill, and her going down in the assassin rankings was such a nice thing to see. And yeah, good. Highly recommend. A tier. It would be S if it wasn't for that episode. Next, Rock is a Lady's Modesty, peak. Good Rock. The characters were great. I didn't like how sweaty they become when they play music. That's a bit weird to me. The music was great. I loved the orchestral music episode. They get hired by someone to play in their group, and then they turn it into, like, extreme rock, and everyone has fun. That episode was really good. I'm thinking just the back of B, just under Konosuba. Next. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Boring! I picked it up because Natsuki Hanane was going to voice the main character. I watched 3 episodes, because all 3 episodes came out on day 1. Then no more episodes came out for 3 weeks. When the 4th episode came out, I had no motivation to watch it. I probably could have watched it if they all came out weekly, but because of that 3-week burst and then nothing, I let go of it. But no, the main character was also just a perv. I did not like him, even though he's voiced by Natsuki Hanane. My Hero Vigilantes, peak. Better than main series My Hero. You'll see what I think about main series My Hero soon, but it was better than that by far. Bottom A. Look, I like this new twist on My Hero Academia, and it's a prequel series as well. That's cool as. I don't like how much they sexualize Pop, even because she's a minor. But it's not much, and compared to the manga, I know they turned it down heaps, so I won't complain about it. I like the stylized choices they have for this series. You know, the onomatopoeia on screen really adds a lot. It's like a comic book. I also like the villain a lot, the bee lady. She's really cool. I didn't care for the trigger stuff really, but yeah. Next, Go-Go Loser Rangers Season 2. I feel so bad. I loved Season 1 of this. Season 1 of Go-Go Loser Rangers was peak, and I loved the ending of it. I loved the Nanokari, my goat. But the first half of Season 2 was great. The school arc, where they're infiltrating this time-skipping school, was fun as. But then when they got to the stuff about the Monster Revolution Society, that was boring. No one wants to watch that. That ruined it for me. So half of it was peak, half of it was bad. So it's going bottom mid-tier, bottom C. Next, Classic Stars. Classic Stars, men singing, and it was okay. Beethoven, Mozart, and two of those fellas get reincarnated into these teenage boys, and they play music for their school. And then it turns out there's a whole, like, Illuminati within their school for classical music. It's a whole thing. I picked it up because I love classical music. I only kept it around for the ending. The ending song is great. I'm gonna put it in F above Vampire. And you know what? I'm also gonna move Saint to F. I don't think it belongs in D. The music is great. Besides that, it's okay. Nothing. Not okay. It's bad. It's just bad. Next, Tuckerp's Original Sin. S tier. Peak. Not as good as Ave Magica, but still peak. This show is just phenomenal. The dark themes of this show disguised as this cutesy core, you know, little octopus, and then in episode 1 we see Shizuka freaking die, and then it's like, oh, you understand the dread you feel. And all the time travel stuff, and the 3 different stories of child abuse happening at the same time. Azuma, Marina, and Shizuka. And the plot twists and everything. It's just, this show just hits you so hard in, like, the best way possible. Anyway, it's good. Watch Tuckerp's Original Sin. Next, See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. This was great. Really good. Basically, women be sitting at food court and talking, but it's great. It's such a nothing anime, but that's so easy to consume. No pun intended. You know, food court. But the whole show takes place in a food court, and it's just these 2 girls talking, and it's so entertaining even though it's just nothing. The characters themselves are awesome, and the comedy in the show is also great. I found myself laughing many a time. I don't know, it's just such a good show. And the opening song and visuals are great as well. They're just dancing and making a TikTok, you know, short video. I was so sad it was 6 episodes, but it is what it is. It was great. A, underneath ReZero, above Zenshu. Next, cultural exchange with a cultural exchange with a game center girl. It was such an interesting concept. You know, having Sally Amaki, I think voiced this white girl. It was actual fluent English being spoken in a Japanese anime. And it was such an interesting concept of, you know, this love between a language barrier. You know, this guy and this girl, and they can't talk to each other, and it was ruined because Lily is 13, I think. Lily was 13 years old and the guy was 18. So I watched a few episodes and I'm like, nah, I can't keep this going. I watched 6 episodes. Renji should be arrested, I think, for talking to minors. Next, Demon Slayer. This was great. I'm gonna put it bottom A because when it got into the martial arts guy's backstory, the demon, what's his name? When it got into Akaza's backstory, I was falling asleep. My friends at the theater was falling asleep. Everything was peak besides Akaza's backstory. That was a snooze fest. But great. I don't need to talk about this. We know Demon Slayer is great. But, you know, Akaza's backstory was just lame. Next, Rent-A-Girlfriend. This is nothing. I used to be the biggest Rent-A-Girlfriend fan, and this episode made me open my eyes to realize this was shit. We're gonna move Flower and Asuna to D underneath Rent-A-Girlfriend. Rent-A-Girlfriend's in D tier. It was just bad. It was bad. I don't need to tell you Rent-A-Girlfriend's bad. You know Rent-A-Girlfriend's bad. I didn't like how One thing that I took away from it, I didn't like how they just looked at Mizuha's ass under the water, like the three guys. That shit was cringe. I liked Mami no Nami. She's awesome. She's like one of my favorite characters of all time. But besides that, it's just nothing. Night of the Living Cat. Oh, such wasted potential. It took itself far too seriously. It's Night of the Living Dead, but instead of zombies, it's cats. It took itself way too seriously. Now, I think if they took the humor route like Zom 100 did, it would have been peak. But they just acted too seriously for what it was, and it was just not entertaining. The only good thing about this show is that it was added into Dead by Daylight. So yeah, I dropped it after 2 episodes. Clivitus! Good, I'd say. Demon Lord, kills village, adopts Prince Child, resurrects Yusha, the hero, the legendary hero. And yeah, it was good. I liked the relationship between the hero and Clivitus. What I didn't like though is when there's a character who they resurrect to be a surrogate mother for the baby. She starts off ugly and fat and like very conventionally unattractive. And that's the point. She was at a brothel and they're like, this could be the mother of this child. And when Clivitus brought her back to life to become the mother, she became sexy and conventionally attractive. I don't like that. I think it would have done to her character to stay moderately not good looking. But they made her a thick, bad bitch, and I'm like, that's cringe. Why do that? That's just such an anime thing to do. Make the ugly character sexy just for the anime. Like, I don't know. So I'll be putting Clivitus in top of C. Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express. This was so good. It's only a YouTube short series, but it was just great. The animation was spectacular. The characters, the dialogue, such realistic dialogue, bro. Fucking Japanese smiling friends, come on. The dialogue was just great. The animation was great. The story was okay, but it was just carried by the characters. And I think it would have been better to be longer, but I understand why they couldn't. Definitely go watch it. It's 12 episodes. Each episode's like 3 minutes and it's on YouTube. Please go watch it. On that note, even though it was so short, I'm going to put it in top of B. It was just that good. Reborn as a Vending Machine Season 2 dropped. Season 1 was incredibly mid. I almost didn't complete Season 1. I told my friends if Season 2 had a good opening, I would watch it. I watched the first episode of Season 2. The opening was mid, and I'm like, nah. Chuhai Lips, boring. Hentai, guy dates MILFs. I love MILFs, but it was just hentai. Next. Dan Da Dan Season 2! This was great. The first half was, like, okay. But the second half, when they introduced my goat, Sakata Kinta. Oh my god. Sakata Kinta, my goat, bro. Oh my god. I love Kinta so much. He's my favorite character, and I relate with him on a spiritual level. Kinta's character development and him and his robots is awesome. Obviously, the animation's great. Evil Eye's kind of cool. It's just great. We know Dan Da Dan's good, and it's carried by Kinta this season. This season's so much better than Season 1. Season 2 was great, but this season blows it out of the park. I hope we get to see more Kinta. But yeah, it's good. I'll stop glazing Kinta. I think top of A. I think it's very close to S, but just top of A. Next. Puniru is a Kawaii Slime Season 2. Good. I loved the first season a lot, and this season got better because they added a villain character voiced by Sumeri Osaka, who is my favorite voice actor. I'm going to go just under Milky Subway. Jelly, voiced by Sumeri Osaka, is a great character. Her wanting to become a human and feel love, even though she's a robot, is such an interesting thing. Seeing Sumeri Osaka voice a villain for like the first time. The only other villain I can think that she has voiced is Sheltia Bloodfallen from Overlord. So seeing her voice a villain is just awesome. She put such good line delivery in the final episode. She just put so much effort into this character, and I love her for that. Jelly is definitely the best character in this show, and it's all thanks to Sumeri Osaka. And then having Kawaii and Puniru's relationship, Kawaii figuring out how he feels about Puniru still isn't, you know, completely solid, but he gets a better understanding. Sadly, though, I don't think we're getting a Season 3, which, you know, I wish we could, but it's not as popular enough for Season 3. Dress Up Doll in Season 2, peak. We're going to go A tier. Better than Vigilantes. Great. So much better than Season 1 as well. The humor is awesome. I liked how it changed art style so much. You know, you've got the first episode with the Bunny Maid anime. You've got the parts where I think Gojo explains stuff and you see hand puppets. You have the visual novel that Gojo and Marin play, the coffin one, that was great. And I speak for everyone when I say they need to make Coffin into a real game, because that game looks actually so fun. The art of it was amazing. Yeah, it's just a great show, and so much better than season 1. Ban, however you want to say it. Gigix 1 episode show. No, YouTuber Gigix. I'm not the biggest Gigix enjoyer. I have my gripes with the current anime community on YouTube. Realistically, there's only one anime YouTuber I actually enjoy. But this wasn't bad. I can't say it was bad. Bottom C. Obviously not amazing. The animation was great, and the plot twist of it being, you know, having the guy stuff being the past, having the girl stuff being the present. Interesting. Having the guy be the girl's father in the end. Pretty cool. But very predictable. Besides that, it was okay. Nothing that to blow me away. Bad Girl. This was just mid Yuri slop. Bad Girl was mid. Not terrible. There was some good stuff. I laughed at a few things, but besides that, it's incredibly mid. What kept me around the most was the ending. Bad Surprise. That's it. Good song. Besides that, really nothing. It's just Yuri. Mid. Better than Flowers in Ashuna. Worse than Rent a Girl. Ooh. Better than Rent a Girlfriend. Worse than Band. So, top D. Next. Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Now, this was a surprise. This is your average isekai, but it has a twist. It starts off, you know, guy goes into game. Your power stats are based on how much negative traits you have. He puts all his at negative, so he's like superior, godly power, but he's like morbidly obese. He's morbidly Mr. Beast. But then there's a plot twist in like episode 3 where the main girl character is revealed to be physically disabled in the real world. And then he makes it his goal to protect her. Because he has the class of God, he protects her. And then there's more stuff down the line with another god, Karen. She's... Karina, sorry, not Karen. Karina, she's awesome. I love her relationship with... What's his name? I don't know, I'm not checking. Morbidly... I love Karina's relationship with Mr. Beast. That's cool as. And yeah, it's just really shockingly great for Isekai Slop. I'm putting it below Dr. Stone, above Shangri-La Frontier. It was just good. The first 2 episodes are kind of lame, but then when it gets to episode 3, it hooks you. Well, hooked me. Turkey, Time to Strike. I really like this. I know that's not a popular opinion to like it. It catches you off guard by starting as like, you know, your average girls sports anime. But then it turns into, you know, time travel to the like samurai period. And it's just unique. You have such dark themes within the show. These girls go through so much and they get traumatized and they have to, you know, ask questions about who they are and do their actions. There's an episode where ask yourself, are you the same person if you're willing to take someone's life? And that's such a awesome thing to be put into this very mid show. I really enjoyed it, but I know a lot of people didn't, sadly. Probably because I didn't give it the time of day to get to it. On that note though, I'm going to put it just above Ugly Mug Epic Fighter in B tier. Next, Panty and Stocking Season 2. I know a lot of people waited for this. I waited for this pretty long. It was good. It's Panty and Stocking. What can I say? We're gonna go high C. High C tier. Not much to say. Here though, Dr. Stone, Science Future 2. Amazing. Great. The stuff, the final few episodes with Suyu. Suyu? That's not her name. That's the girl from My Hero. With Suika and her growth and the war and it's just peak, dude. Dr. Stone is so good. This one is just amazing. My dog be barking, bro. Listen to this. That was awesome. Yeah, no, Dr. Stone's great. A tier between Wonderful Precure and ReZero. Next, Shield Hero. This one was good. What else can I say? It was good. Nothing spectacular. The first season blows all the other seasons out of the park by far, but this was an improvement on top of season 2 and 3. Atler is my favorite character, followed by Motoyasu, and they both got some development. Motoyasu, I have no idea what he's up to. In every few episodes, they'll show Motoyasu like doing his own side quest, and I'm so excited to see what that is. Motoyasu is such a good character. We're going underneath a Harem, above Ballpark in C tier. Next, the summer Hikaru died. I was very excited for this, and I was not disappointed. This is going to go just below Demon Slayer. I wish it got more gay. I wanted it to be more gay, but I guess it wasn't, so I will accept that. But it's good. It's your basic cosmic horror, you know, boys love, mystery, and it was great. I love the ending by Tube. I don't know how to say it, but that ending song is good. The relationship between Hikaru and the guy, I forget his name, that's great. I love Hikaru not being able to control himself near the end. That stuff is awesome as well. And I love learning more about Nonuki-sama. I highly recommend it. Kaiju number 8, trash. We're putting it F tier, above classic stars. It's just bad. I don't know what to tell you. Kaiju number 8 is just bad. It's slop. I don't like flashbacks. Flashbacks in shonen pisses me off so much. You know, you have this, they do one little bit of action and then they have a flashback to this thing. And then they do more action and then they have a flashback again to this thing. And it's just boring. It's just boring. And I know there's worse to come because I know the ending's rushed. But I'm going to stick it out because there's only one season left. But it's just going to be bad. And I know it's bad. And I knew season 1 was bad. And I watched season 1. And I said I won't watch season 2. And I watched season 2. And then I said I won't watch the next season. And I won't watch season 3. And I'm not going to enjoy that either. And Shirley! This was great. I'm going to put it A, just under Hikaru. Bottom A. It was really good. It's based off this, like, old Canadian book, Anne of Green Gables. And it's like a remake of an anime version of that called Anne with an E or something. It was good. It was incredibly good. It's shocking because this is something I would never watch and I picked it up just because. I'm like, hey, I should step out of my comfort zone, and I'm so glad I did. Seeing this girl grow up from her, you know, from being, how old was she at the start? 9, 10, 6, 7. Seeing this girl grow up throughout an entire series is great. Seeing the character development and her explore her relationships with Gerald. His name's not Gerald. What is his name, bro? Ain't no way this fella's name is Gerald. Seeing her relationship with Gilbert develop is awesome. And you know, we get to see, you know, all this stuff, and it was just great. It's such a feel-good story of a girl growing up, and it's awesome. Ruri rocks. That it does. S tier. Ruri rocks is great. You know, it's animated by the same people who animated Onimai, so you would think it would be ecchi. Which, it treads the line of being ecchi. You think it's about to become ecchi, and then they, like, you know, you've got Nagi, who is such, and I hate to sound like a gooner, when it comes to this art style and animation style, she looks like she would be the perfect ecchi candidate, and they just don't do it, which I think is great. I just wish they wouldn't get so close to doing it. But I love geology. Geology is awesome. And seeing girls enjoy picking up rocks, studying rocks, it's something I'm into. Rocks, not... It's something I'm into, and I think it's great. I highly recommend you watch it. It's not ecchi, even though it looks like it's ecchi, it's not. But they need to, you know, make the designs less sexy. Nagi and Inari, though, anyway. I was reincarnated into the Seventh Prince Part 2. This was not as good as Season 1. I really liked Season 1. This one was, I liked the Angel. The Angel guy was cool. I think an issue this show has is that it's constantly trying... The more characters they add to the story, the more they need to balance throughout. And by the end, you know, in the final fight, the plot was jumping from this character to this character to this character. I'm watching this show for the prince. I like him. I like how he's a little overpowered child. I like how he has an angel sidekick and a demon. He got the angel and the demon inside of him. I've got 2 wolves and they're both gay. Like, I don't care about all these randoms. They're trying to do too many characters. I'm putting this in above ballpark, mid C. Next, Witch Watch. This was mid, dude. I watched it for the YOASOBI opening. The animation, great. YOASOBI, great. The humor, I would laugh like 20% of episodes, I would laugh. The rest of the episodes, I would sit there with a straight face. Like, the humor is not for me. Sometimes it is, but I'll put it bottom C. One Punch Man. I started watching it, and I realized the animation was sloppy, and then I saw that it got even sloppier, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't watching this, so I dropped it. Simple. Chainsaw Man Rize arc. Ooh, baby. Do I go S? Do I go S? We go S. Great. It was really good. Seeing Denji get to experience stuff a normal teenage boy would experience, and then have his heart shattered is such an emotional thing. Seeing Makima's manipulation, Rize... Oh, bam! Beam the shark. I love Natsuki Hanane. I mentioned it before with Intergalactic Empire. Natsuki Hanane is such a good voice actor, and his depiction of his depiction of Mr. Bean was awesome. I highly recommend you watch it. You've obviously watched it. I don't know. I doubt anyone who's watching this hasn't watched Chainsaw Man. Another thing is the animation. The animation quality is so good. The sound design is so good. Iris Out is an amazing song. Anyway, next. Tatsuki Fujimoto 1726. Great. Really good. You know, having the animation done by a different studio for every episode. You know, very Star Wars visions. But it was good. It was incredibly good. Don't know what to say. Go watch my YouTube shorts. I made a short video for every episode, and it was just good. We're gonna go above Hikaru, under Demon Slayer. Next, My Hero. Good, but My Hero fell off. Well, I have the same issue with it that I had with Kaiju number 8, that there's too much flashbacks. At the start of the season, there was too many. Near the end, it made sense for him to have flashbacks to, you know, important stuff. But at the start of this series, you know, you would see All Might would throw one punch, and then it would cut to a flashback. And then All For One would throw one punch, and then it would cut to a flashback. We don't need so many flashbacks. I hate flashbacks in anime. Anyway, High B. Sander. Not bad. Good. Sander was really good. I love the animation. The animation and art style was amazing. And it's such a unique story of this guy being a descendant of Santa Claus. I didn't like the relation. I mean, I understand why. Obviously, I understand within the show why they have this relationship. I didn't like the relationship between Ono and Fuyumura. And I didn't like how they showed it was a dream sequence, so it wasn't real. But I didn't like how they fit each other on a bed, and I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see 14-year-olds in each other. I don't even know if I can put this on YouTube saying that. I didn't need to see minors doing stuff to each other. Besides that, it was good. The plot was good, but yeah, no, that stuff with Fuyumura and Ono, I did not enjoy. I'm going to go just above G-Quox. Next. May I ask for one final thing? It was great. Not great, sorry. It was good. Scarlet Elvendimians is such an amazing female lead character. She's so strong and she's like goated. This show is carried by its two female leads, being Scarlet and Tereneza. And it's great. They do such a good job. They're both such amazing, well-written characters that go in depth into who they are. So yeah, great. I do recommend you watch it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's good. But yeah, Scarlet and Tereneza definitely carry this show. We'll put it in low B. Turin After the Apocalypse. Ugh, it was nothing really. It led to nothing. They set up so many plot points, and then the final episode just happened, and they didn't cover any of the plot points they set up. It was just very underwhelming. Mid D. It was just nothing. Ranma and a Half Season 2. Good. Better than Season 1. What I think it needs to happen though is that there needs to be much more romance between Ranma and Akane. You know, I don't like all this stuff of them not, at least Ranma not committing. I understand that's the whole point of the show, and I understand that's how I forget her name. She's on screen. This woman writes. You know, she did that with Urusei Yatsuda. You know, Ataru would act all coy to Lum. You know, oh, I don't actually love you, and then in dire situations he does. It's the same relationship style. Ranma needs to show more love to Akane. I think that's what I'm looking for, at least. I'm gonna put it in top of C, right next to Panty and Stocking. Next, Isekai Quartet Season 3. I feel like I don't have much to say about it. It's just Isekai Quartet. It's just nice comedy. You've watched one Isekai Quartet, you've watched them all. But it was still good. I think I'll put it above Shield Hero. And finally, we have Spy X Family Season 3. I just finished this today, actually. As recording, I finished this today. It's good. The same issue I have with all the Spy X Family stuff. I enjoyed the school part more. Having Anya and her psychic powers be the lead is much better than Lloyd's spy stuff. And this season had zero Your Assassin stuff. It was very missing out on Your Forger content. But Anya carries the show. The hijacking arc was great. The hijacking part was awesome. That was such a good part of the story. I enjoyed getting Lloyd's backstory. And I love seeing Anya's relationship with Damien grow. Seeing them become closer together fills me with joy. I think I'm gonna go B, just above May I Ask You for One More Thing. And that's it. This is every anime that aired in 2025 that I watched, ranked. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and potentially subscribe. This is my first long form video, and I want to start with a, actual long form one. I'll try my best to make a video every now and then. But yeah, let me know what you think. Hit the like and subscribe. Epic win. Follow me on my socials in the description.